Yo, it's Reef the Lost Cauze, chilling out with my Drop a Gym family. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down. Drop a Gym podcast. That's what we do.
Yeah, you good, you good.
All right, yo, this is Joe Fatal for Drop a Gem TV, baby. Go ahead, cop that fish and grits, watch that Gem TV.
Yo, Drop a Gem TV, the saga continues. This is L.E.O, speak no evil behind the cameras. And I just want to say we got the legendary one of Philly's finest brothers, emcees, Reef the Lost Cauze. It's a pleasure, brother.
Pleasure, brother. Good to see you, man.
Absolutely, man. You know, we had an amazing interview with you on Blog Talk Radio. You know, we really went in depth with your entire career and whatnot. And, you know,
that was a great interview.
It was an honor and privilege. Thank you for doing that with us.
I had a great time.
But, yo, now we in Philly. We in the heart. I love it.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're in the store shop. And the reason why it's significant that we're here right now is because our brother Reef, he is also a business owner of this establishment. So talk about the establishment shop a little bit,
Yeah,
and just
man.
talk about how you got involved in the ownership aspect.
Word, yeah, man. A couple of my homies, my man Johnny Goodtimes, who was one of the premier hosts in the city of Philadelphia, he does this thing called Quizzo. For those who don't know, it's basically like sports trivia type of thing.
Okay.
And he and a few others basically opened this store about 2 years ago, 3 years ago actually, and you know, he was just reaching out to people that maybe wanted to get a little bit involved. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
On the financial tip, on the silent partner tip, and I stepped in there on that aspect. And then as time went on, and I was home more, I got more involved with the store as far as marketing, promoting. You know what I'm saying? Hustling, selling. You know, my own products out of here. You know, basically collabing with different designers and stuff around the city. So,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I had to make sure that we, you know what I mean, we held it down. So, you know what I mean? That's been one of the best things that's happened through music for me, is to be able to do something like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? For sure.
Indeed. And you know what's great, I think, like, for all the listeners, you know, who are fans of your music,
Word.
they know, like, you know, just from projects like Riot Music, you know, having, you know, Fight Music, you know, having covers with you in the boxing gloves,
Right.
you know, listening to your lyrics, you're an avid sports fan.
Yeah, man, for sure.
So what was it like getting involved in a business where this business, and if you can look at this store, it's Philly centered, it's Philly centric. This
Yeah,
store
man.
just dedicated to Philadelphia sports.
Yeah.
How important was that for you, you know, to have an establishment like this?
Right. Well, I think it's like, you know, basically, it's as natural as breathing to me as far as sports go. You know, I rep Philly to the death no matter what I do, and I think the sports aspect made it very easy to get involved. And you know what I'm saying, that all the people involved in the store are all diehard sports fans as well. So
Right.
we're able to, you know, have great conversations about the sports that we're pushing, as well as hearing from people that come into the store, their feedback and things like that. So it's always a good time, man, when we get together and can bust it up. You know what I mean?
Right.
For sure.
Indeed, and just on a side aspect, just, you know, just being an African American and owning your own business, how important was that for you, especially in today's political climate with everything that's going on, and just being self-sufficient in that respect? How important was that for you in today's society and as a man?
Oh man, I mean, I think it's very important to you know, basically have your hands in different pots and also have something you can sustain and be proud of. And you know, I feel proud when people come into the store to just, you know, meet with me or check out the stuff that we have to offer here. So that was a huge powerful, and like, you know, it legitimizes things a little bit, because when you tell people you do music and things like that,
Right.
that's one thing. But when you can say, like, you know, this is something that I have that's tangible, you know what I'm saying? It's like you can look around and see the results of working hard and stuff like that. So that's very important to me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And just for the listeners who may not be as into sports as we are,
Right.
just let them know the etymology and the origin of the name Shibe, which is the name of the store. Where does that come from?
Shibe Sports is based off of Shibe Park, which is a legendary field in Philadelphia where the Philadelphia A's, which was our original baseball team, played for 30 years. They won mad championships. They're actually still the most championships of any sports team out of Philadelphia.
Right.
So they were around back in the day, and then the Phillies moved in there, and it became Connie Mack Park, which is still there to this day on 22nd and Lehigh. Yeah, so
Right.
if you're ever in Philly, you want to see Lehigh Park, Lehigh Stadium, Connie Mack Stadium, and they're all in the same vicinity. And the Shibe Park is where that name came from. Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Well, we're Philly and we're talking about Philly sports, but we got All-Star Weekend going right now.
Yeah,
in
I
New
actually
Orleans.
just came from New Orleans. Yeah,
Oh,
I was down
really?
there, yeah, I was down there with my lady. We were down there kicking it.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. So it was beautiful. We got out right in time, right before all the madness started.
I seen you with Tony Touch. You bumped into Tony Touch.
I ran into Tony
Yeah.
Touch and Rich Medina, my brother. Shout out to them. So that was really cool. And yeah, man, it was beautiful. But like, yeah, it was getting crazy down there. Like, you can start to see like. It was about to be All-Star Weekend, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, just on a side note, we're gonna get into like the I want to talk about something basketball related, but just being down in New Orleans, just being a musician and an artist yourself, how amazing is it to bask and be exposed to the culture of New Orleans, which like not only is it the home of jazz music, but like if you walk down Bourbon Street, you're talking about like you can have like a rock place, you can have like a blues lounge,
Right.
You can have like a real like country place, improv jazz, like we're getting to like bebop and stuff like that.
Right.
As an artist and musician, how crazy is it to be engulfed in a culture like that and to visit a culture where music is have such a storied past there?
Word. I mean, honestly, man, it was like I feel like as a lover of music, you should go, but as an artist, I feel like it's your responsibility to go there because I mean, it is just like it's the Mecca, man. Like it's every corner, every style, every corner you're seeing. Jazz musicians, you go up the block, you see people playing rock music, you go down the street, people are doing the tap dancing, people are doing, drumming with the bongo, like every style of music, and they're good at it. They're good. It's not like a bunch of garbage, man. It's really, really dope. So, man, I just was completely inspired and blown away by, just the magnitude of musical talent there, and it's just like it's super inspiring, and that you can feel that that's something that's ingrained in the DNA when you have kids 11, 12, 13 years old standing on the corner blowing a trumpet like grown ass men, man. It's incredible. Yeah, it's really, really, really good. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So now we're talking about New Orleans music, and this is where All-Star Weekend is right now. One of the biggest events in basketball in the last couple of weeks, minus all the trades that are going on, was the big Charles Oakley incident. Since, New York fans, Knicks are in our heart, even though Jim Dolan can eat a dick. Yeah,
eat a dick.
Please sell the fucking team already. We're never winning a chip until you sell the fucking team.
Right.
You're on notice now, motherfucker.
Right.
But in any event, just being a sports fan and knowing like how legendary, like the Atlantic Division is with your 76ers, and they're on the come up right now with Joel Embiid and whatnot. But just as a sports fan and knowing the history of the Knicks and Charles Oakley, like what's your take and opinion on what happened with the Garden incident and being kicked out, and then the smear campaign, and now he's let back in and all this bullshit?
I thought it was really, really fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they kind of set him up, you know what I mean? Like, from my understanding, like, he wasn't really, they tried to make it seem like he was drawing the whole time.
Right.
From what I hear, he was just chilling. And I think that, the Dolan dude was nervous that he was there because he knows that Oakley doesn't like his style as an owner, which I feel like, 90% of New York feels that way.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
No question.
So I'm not sure what took place, but the way they approached him, I mean, the level of disrespect, I would have reacted the same way too. You know what I'm saying? I would have been pushing and shoving and like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was fucked up. I think the smear campaign that came after it was disgraceful. That was, Charles Oakley is a legend in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a fan of basketball, fuck that's not my team, but I've always respected Oakley, man. All them enforcers, Mason, you know what I'm saying, Starks, those were New York Knicks. Those are the Knicks that you still recognize and identify to this day with. That was y'all. That's when y'all had like the toughness.
Yeah.
So for them to disrespect a player like that, man, it was very disrespectful, and it also felt very like kind of like, oh, well, we're done with you now, so we can treat you any type of way.
Yeah.
He helped build that place. He helped build the Knicks, or at least sustain them in the 80s and early 90s. So I thought it was complete disrespect, and I thought it was so stupid with the smear campaign and the all the shit that went down. I mean, it was just ridiculous, man. It was absolutely ridiculous.